Hey y'all,
it's S.I.S.
and it's S.I.S. Arlia,
and
we're sisters in spirit, here to worship God with you in spirit and in truth.
Yeah, you gotta keep going. You gotta keep showing up. You gotta keep glowing up.
So today we are filming episode 2
We made
of
it.
God is
Episode
Good
2.
series. And this episode is called The Fruits of the Spirit. All right. So yeah, you guys. So basically, we all know what the fruits of the Spirit are. It's love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, self-control. Against such things, there is no law. It said in Galatians 5:22 through 23. All right, guys. So basically, based off that, we know that God says that we need to judge people by their fruits. So pretty much, if you pray for discernment from God, He lets you know whether a person is basically of God or if they have evil intent, if they work for the devil. You know what I'm saying?
Because the fruits of the spirit has a counterfeit. And guess what that is? It's the works of the flesh. And we're going to get on that if y'all stay tuned. It's in one of our other series, but we're going to get to that. So, But yeah, right now we're just going to focus on the fruits of the spirit. And we're going to dive a little bit deeper into what that is. Also, how to strengthen the fruits of the spirit within yourself, within ourselves. And then also to share our experiences.
Exactly. So yeah, like I said earlier, you gotta judge them by their fruits. As my sister mentioned, there is people that, the opposite of that is basically working for the flesh. And basically when you're working for the flesh, it's when you're in your sinful ways, when you're still in the world pretty much.
Yeah.
So make sure y'all be careful of that. Make sure y'all don't surround yourselves with people like that, because it's mentioned in the Bible, you're not supposed to be unequally yoked with people. So make sure that you are, spending your time, giving your goodness, giving your kindness and all that to people who God, confirms to you are working.
Yeah. Can you explain to them because you said when you're still in the world?
Yeah, so pretty much.
What does that mean for people that don't know what that means?
The ways of the world pretty much is anything that involves sin, anything that involves you being led by your flesh instead of by God. That's what, to me, is being of this world. It's pretty much, out clubbing, drinking, smoking weed, fornicating, things that God say are not supposed to be in His kingdom.
You can always know how to strengthen the fruits of the spirit within yourself by looking at the works of the flesh. And once you compare the two, you know not to do the works of the flesh, because that always leads to death. It always leads to complications. It always leads down a path that you really do not want to go down.
Exactly.
Because we both have been there. So yeah.
Glad to be saved. Thank the Lord.
All right, so judge them by their fruits.
Yeah.
Okay, so when you judge somebody by their fruits, you judge them by their actions. If they treating you like crap, if they, I think y'all know, if they are treating you wrong, they make you feel bad, they put you down, you get a bad vibe from
It's
them.
like a feeling that God just,
Exactly.
It's not, you feel it. It's like, it's not right. This ain't right.
Yeah. And then it really just shows you exactly what to look for. So when you judge them by their fruits, you can automatically go to the works of the flesh. And if that person falls under that category, under even one, that's already a red flag.
You need to cut it.
Yeah, exactly. So when you judge them by their fruits, you can always go towards the works of the flesh to bounce off of that.
Exactly. So pretty much judging them by the fruits, like my sister said, based off their actions. We all know actions speak way louder than any words anybody can tell you. Most times people want to tell you what you want to hear, but it's that one person who's telling you the truth. If it hurts, if it leaves a little sting, they pretty much are people that you want to be around, because they judging you by your fruits and they want to build you up. So basically, go based off what God said. Like I said, pray for discernment. God will give you that feeling if somebody is really for you and if they're not. And pretty much, y'all, just don't be associated with anybody who falls into those categories of working for the flesh. Always, like we just said, love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and most importantly, self-control. If they don't have no self-control, I wouldn't want to be around nobody like that. I need you to know how to control yourself in any given situation.
I wouldn't even want to be around myself
Man.
if I didn't have self-control. I mean, none of us are perfect, but you know, when you know what to look for, which is the fruits of the Spirit, you can look for that within others as well as within yourself.
Exactly. Because you can't be out here judging people by their fruits if your fruit is kind of rotten.
Exactly. If you got that little speck in your eye,
Man.
you know what I'm saying, you're going to have to get it together.
Get it together.
You got to get yours out first, and then you got to get theirs, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And another thing that I feel like is kindness, especially these times, and, you know, peace. More often than not, if a person don't have good fruits, you ain't gonna have no peace. Your peace it's just not gonna be there. You know, like it's always gonna be something. Like, why are we always arguing? Why are we always bumping heads? Why are we always not getting along? Why are they always looking at me funny? It's just never gonna be peace within your spirit. You'll know because you'll have that peace around them. You know what I'm saying? Like Jesus was in that boat, he was asleep in the middle of a storm. He knew he could trust people around him. He knew he was Jesus. He knew who he was. So yeah, y'all just know who you are. You know, judge yourself by your spirits first before you walk out the door to judge anybody else by their fruits.
Of your spirit. Our spirit.
Everybody's spirit. It's God's spirit in all of us.
Exactly.
All right, so let's go ahead and cover that point. You want to share your point, sis?
Okay, yeah. How to strengthen the fruits of your spirit. It just keeps bumping back into the works of the flesh. Make sure you're not going that way. This is the works of the flesh. This is the fruits of the spirit. If you even teeter-tot at all to the works, no. You gotta get it together real quick.
Never out of it before you go down that rabbit hole.
Yeah, this is what I was gonna say. This is what I have to say about this. The fruits of the spirit with me, and I see love and joy and peace. I remember when I was still in the world, I'm sure y'all know that song. Because I'm not becoming alone, you feel like. I'm trying to get copyrighted, but y'all know what I'm saying. That song, I literally used to hate it. I used to hate when people sang this song because they got so happy. I used to hate how people were so happy. I really was. It's true. It's a true story. It's a true story.
She hated when I was brought it up because I used to felt like Carlton off of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. And she was like,
yeah,
don't do that.
So that shows that I was my works, that I was in the works of the flesh instead of the fruits of the spirit, because I was, for one, hating on people. Like hating on people because they happy, because they joyous. And yeah, that's just what I wanted to say. There's many examples that I could use, but that's the main one that I want to use. So for an example, so you can see, you know, though that's one of the things that can prove to you that you are in the works of the flesh and not in the fruits of the spirit.
Exactly. And I just want to, you know, bounce off that. Pretty much, your fruits, you know, you gotta have good fruit. God always say have good fruit. And pretty much, you know, a big one for me is love. Make sure you're out there spreading love, man, because it's not enough being spread out there. So just always look within yourself based off the fruits of the spirit, and just any area that you're lacking, pick yourself up, pray over that area the most, because all of those are things that God wants us to see in each other whenever we're going outside and spread, you know, going out into the world. We want to see people having fun and actually having joy, you know, and of course we want that within ourselves. So anywhere that you're lacking, pray over that, because you want to have good fruits. When Jesus come back, you want him to say, well done, that good effective servant. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to hear, depart from me, I never knew you.
Ooh.
That's something that is really just, it would hurt. When I was in the world, I really did not have any peace. My mind and my thoughts were constantly going. I never had a moment, even in my sleep, I felt like I was thinking. It just never stopped. I didn't have any peace. I wasn't really joyous. I would smile to people, I would talk to people if they talked to me, but I just really didn't feel that joy in my heart. It was like my heart was always dark, and it was just like a dark cloud just over me every day. And that's just, I knew something wasn't right. I felt like, you know, I always had a problem, like people weren't really gentle or genuine with me. You know what I'm saying? So just always check yourself,
Before you wreck yourself.
Man, and another big thing was self-control for me. I felt like I didn't have any control over myself. I felt like I was just always going with the flow. Like people say, just go with the flow of life. No.
I like to call it on autopilot.
Yeah, pretty much on autopilot. It was like I was just doing stuff every day and I wasn't in it. Especially after our sister passed, it was really bad. Like I really got deep into not having no self-control. I just was out doing some whatever. And it really wasn't, I should have just been in my Bible praying, reading, and listening to God instead of doing what my fleshly self wanted to do.
Yeah, I want to comment. I feel like you go even deeper, just us as humans, you go even deeper when you don't surround yourself with the right people. If you surrounded with people that's pretty much going through the same exact thing that you're going through, you're not, it's like trying to be crabs in a bucket. Like ain't nobody gonna get out. Everybody's going through the same thing. So
exactly.
I feel that what you said. That was hell deep.
Yeah.
Yeah, heard to say it like that.
Yeah, like man, y'all gotta just make sure, like she said, just piggybacking off what my sister just said, make sure you surround yourself with people that have good fruits, because if not, if you surround yourself with bad people, you just unequally yoked, and they can actually pretty much affect you. You could be going good, and somebody bad can be in life, and then you start acting like them. Mm-hmm. Bad character ruins good morals.
Bad morals corrupts good character.
What she said. You gonna cut that out.
I could be wrong.
But yeah, y'all gotta go ahead and go out there. Make sure you're surrounding yourself by people who have good fruits, because they will also make your fruit sprout. You know what I'm saying? So make sure y'all just do what y'all need to do out here. Spread God's word, spread that love, spread that joy. Because that's what we all deep down really want, no matter how we portray ourselves.
Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, self-control. Against such things there is no law. Mm-hmm. I had zero patience, which is why, y'all don't know, but I have a tattoo on my arm that says patience right here, because I lacked it so much. I literally needed to look at it constantly to tell me to be patient. Mm-hmm. But yeah, my love, I thought I had love. There's a thing in the world. It's like they make you feel like you have love. They make you think that you have love when you really don't. Like if you ever sitting in any moment in your life, if you ever sitting and you feel like FOMO, fear of missing out. When you experience something like that, like if you going through scrolling through people's pages, you see they having fun and you feeling left out and you want to do what they doing, that's not like you're literally, for one, that goes into envious. And I think that's a part of the works of the flesh. I might be wrong, but it's on that side. I found myself doing that. I just found myself in a very dark place, always running to dudes. They could never be God. They could never be perfect. They could never be what I was looking for. I didn't know what I was looking for. So I was constantly searching outside of myself for that peace, for that joy, for that love, and for that patience, until I finally until God got me right. Mm-hmm. And that's when I started experiencing all of those things, especially self-control, because my whole life I've been battling with self-control. And I think that's one of the reasons why a lot of the times I don't remember certain things. Like people have, multiple times in my life have asked me, like, are you experiencing amnesia? Like, do you got Alzheimer's? Like, what's going on? And I think at that moment in my life, at that period of time in my life, I was not, like she said, I was on autopilot. Therefore, there is no self-control in that. When I started experiencing goodness and faithfulness and gentleness, all from God, by the way.
Yes.
I experienced that from God first, and that's how I know how to express it to the people around me. Mm-hmm. And it's a process, man. It ain't happen overnight, but
man,
we here.
We here. And my experience with love, I was always out looking for love. Ladies. Do not look for love in a man. Do not look for love in a man. You gotta find love with God. Because that's what I was doing. I was looking for love in a man. Like, if a man loves me, then obviously, I'm important, I'm this, I'm that. You should always feel like that without happened to go to a man. The way that I found love was God. God told me, you looking for a love that only I can give you. You know, and once I realized that, I snapped out of it. Because ain't no love out here as wonderful and as, you know, just so peaceful as God's. Like when you finally accept that in your heart, it's like finally you start loving yourself, because we are God. We are God, but we all have a part of Him in us. His Spirit in us.
Yeah.
So, you know, love yourself first before you love anybody else.
Because you can't love anybody else unless you know how to love, and God is love. So
exactly.
If you don't know God, then you really not loving yourself or anybody in the way that you think that you are.
Mm-hmm. So make sure you're not looking for love in a man, and if you are looking for love in a man, pray before and make sure that he is a godly man, somebody who will direct you right to God.
To God's doorstep.
Exactly, because if he directing you right to the doorstep of the club, that's not what you want. That's, that's not, just go ahead and just cancel the whole night, okay? Because no, that's not what you want. You want him to lead you directly to God, okay? So that's what we want. That's what we're looking for, ladies.
I mean, because believe it or not, we are the weaker vessel. I mean, it says that in the Bible, you know.
He created Adam first, then Eve, for Adam.
Exactly.
Okay?
So meaning you have to, God created us for the man, meaning you need to, and I'm speaking for myself right now,
mm-hmm.
prepare for, especially if you're saying you want to be married,
mm-hmm.
this is the time, and I feel like God is really bringing a lot of marriages together right now. This is the time for us single women to start preparing, working on ourselves, loving ourselves the way we need to, eating better, working out, you know, getting in the Bible and really preparing ourselves for that, because a lot of people can say that they're ready, because I've said it before when I was still in the world. I was saying that I was ready.
Man.
God was like, oh, you ready? Oh, let me show you what you're ready for.
Exactly.
And then I start learning lesson after lesson after lesson. So now we're at the point to where I just want to be patient. I want to wait for whoever God has for me. And I'm just really done with trying to do it myself.
Mm-hmm.
I've surrendered it to God, and you know, I just know at the end of the day that whoever that man is, he is going to exhibit the fruits
of the Spirit, okay? So, and then for those ladies who are in a relationship right now, as myself, make sure you're constantly praying over your either your spouse, your boyfriend. Make sure you're always constantly praying, you know, that y'all are doing things God's way. And make sure he's not tempting you to go into sin, because if he's tempting you to go into sin, I can't repeat it enough, y'all. That is not the fruits of the Spirit. That's being unequally yoked. You need that.
If the devil is tempting you, because God don't tempt you.
Exactly. That's him. That's the devil tempting him to tempt you, to try to get you away from God. And we don't want that. We want somebody who is leading us, like we said, to the doorstep of God, praying with you, reading the Bible with you. You know what I'm saying? Going out and working out with you. If you don't feel happy with yourself, he is making sure that you are happy with you. He's motivating that in you. Make sure that if you are in a relationship right now, that y'all are walking with Christ in the center of it. And if you're married, you really need to be praying. You really need to be praying.
All right, y'all. We going into the relationship series. We gonna save that. Y'all stay tuned, because we got the relationship series coming up.
Exactly.
Y'all got a little
taste of it.
You know,
because we can talk about that all day.
Y'all know.
But yes, make sure that y'all both are having the fruits of the Spirit, and y'all are judging each other off that, and make sure that y'all upholding each other to that. Make sure that y'all have that love, joy, peace, especially patience. Because I'm working on that myself with my, significant other. Kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and most of all, self-control. Make sure y'all have that self-control. Keep your hands off each other. Have self-control, okay?
Yes. And that really, other than the hands on each other part, that goes for every relationship in your life. Platonic or romantic. Like, everybody in your life that's super close to you, they should have the fruits of the Spirit. If you really walk in that walk. If you really about God like you say you are, and you want to get closer to him, I'm telling you, that's the way to do it.
Exactly.
Change your circle first.
Even family. even family can do too. I know family is important to some of us. But you gotta make sure that your family have the fruits of the spirit, because if they don't, and then God is calling you, you feel it in your heart to separate from them for a little while, do that. Do it. Don't feel bad, because cousin Kiki been there for you since you was a child. Okay, if she ain't walking in the fruits of the spirit, and you can't see the fruits of the spirit in her, you just gotta go away for a little while. Pray for her. That's all you gotta do.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, y'all, that pretty much concludes our fruits of the spirit section of this series. So thank y'all. Please like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell to see what's coming next. And yeah, we will see y'all in the next video.
We love y'all. Stay tuned.
Yes. Peace out.
Peace out.